Hey everyone, today we're sitting down with Narayan Lal Gurjar, the founder and CEO of EF Polymer, which is a groundbreaking agri-tech company helping farmers worldwide and promoting sustainable agriculture through its environmentally friendly products. Narayan was born and raised in rural India and witnessed firsthand the challenges faced by small scale farmers, including especially water scarcity. So, this inspired him to take action, and he started creating a solution that would empower farmers, not just in Japan, but all over the world, while also being good for the planet. At EF Polymer, Narayan developed an innovative product that made from food waste, such as orange and banana peels, which enables soil to retain water. So, this eco friendly and cost effective solution reduces the need for irrigation and boosts crop yields, helping farmers survive and thrive in the face of water shortages and climate change. Thanks to Narayan's leadership, EF Polymer is making a big difference for farmers in Japan, in India, and many other countries, while also diverting food waste from landfills. I keep seeing Narayan and EF Polymer on Forbes magazine, on different media, winning lots of different awards. But Narayan himself has been recognized by several major awards, including being selected for Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia. And his work is really a testament to the power of innovation in addressing global challenges like climate change, water scarcity, and food security. So in my humble opinion, I really, really think EF Polymer is one of the most exciting startups in Japan right now. So we're really, really grateful to have you on the show, Narayan. Welcome, and how are you doing?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Robin-san and Yoshi-san, for giving me opportunity. I'm doing great and I'm looking forward to today's conversation.
Fantastic. So last time we spoke, you were, I believe, in India traveling for work, and now you're back in Okinawa, your home base. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Now I'm in my second home, Okinawa.
Okay. Welcome home. Now, for those who don't know you, Narayan, can you tell us a bit about your early days? Because I know that your experiences as a child really influenced and informed what you're doing today. But can you tell us a bit about your upbringing and how that impacted your journey to being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, sure. So I come from Rajasthan. If you visited, like it's like very beautiful part of India where you having like desert, mountain, lake, as well as field. And Rajasthan is equal to Japan, like if you measure the area. So I born in the very small village, which we called Keridi village, and there is like around 300 people only live, and maybe only 40 houses, and all the people do farming there. So the major job is like farm or agriculture. So from childhood, I'm seeing the agriculture, and my father is also from like farmer. So we see I help always him whenever we're doing the agriculture. And from childhood, like I have interest in the science. So whenever like I'm getting chance, I was curious like why this happening. So I make like so many kind of the project and those kind of thing in the from the childhood participant the science exhibition and those kind of thing. In 2014, around that time, my father growing the corn, and I think this was the like summer time, rainy summer season. So in India, like rainy season is like sometime rain happen, then not like every day. It's like frequently 5 days break then. But that time, I think in the Rajasthan area, due to the climate change, like in 20 days there is no rain, and my father and other farmers, everyone put it like fertilizer, everything in the soil, and the corn become like this big. It's kind of like 2 month. And unfortunately, like 20 days, there is no water. So all crop is like dried. And my father was so disappointed because he put his all money, effort to grow this crop, and unfortunately, due to the water shortage, he's unable to get anything. So he come to me that day and just he shared his thought. Can you help me to solve this problem? And that time I was like in high school. I don't know how to solve this problem. But his pain and his word touched me a lot. I think, yeah, I need to do something because this problem is maybe not only my father. How many farmers facing this kind of the problem? And that day I determined, okay, this is purpose of my life to solve this water problem. And I determined, okay, I will change this water shortage problem, whatever I can do, this kind of thing. And then I started like, okay, how we can solve the problem and why this problem is coming, because that is very important to know. And when I started to look, okay, there was the two major cause for this problem. Like one is climate change, because if you see like every day due to the CO2 emission, our climate is changing. Before, if the countries who doesn't face the water shortage, they started to face water shortage, and the rainfall pattern is irregular. Sometimes too heavy rain, sometimes no heavy rainfall. So I thought, okay, this climate change is happening, and this is maybe due to the CO2 emission and those kind of thing. This kind of thing happening. And the another things which I realized, like, okay, maybe there is a solution to solve this problem. To like, what kind of the solution? If there is a problem, there is also maybe some solution is available. So I started to look, the read some books and newspapers and all this. I found, oh, there is a mulching. You can save the water. Oh, there is a drip irrigation. You can put the drip irrigation, or there is a sprinkle. Like you can use the sprinkle to the save the water. I thought, yeah, this is all a very good solution, but why people are not using those solution in this poor farmer? I realize cost. Even this solution, like government is subsidizing, but farmer doesn't have that much of money to put this kind of a solution. And even they can put like mulching or like drip irrigation, but if there is no water, this equipment is not useful because you need the first water. So I realize, okay, this is the solution, but not to kind of like solve 100% the problem. Then I started to look about the another solution. Okay, what is the happening to like some innovation in the market who is solving this? Then I come up with, oh, there is a like chemical polymer which we are making in the like using in the sanitary pad and diaper to retain the water, those kind of thing. And I thought, oh, maybe this is the solution because they can retain the water and they can solve the problem. But once I started to look and read about this, and then I realized, oh, they are making from petroleum chemicals. Maybe they can solve the problem, but in the future, the solution become again the problem. So this is the not solution. I think this is not sustainable because if I put this chemical, which I am scary to touch, like acrylic acid, acrylamide, how I can put and suggest farmer to use this kind of chemicals to solve your problem? And I believe, I think if you have like kind of hope or right direction, nature will be help you, or like nature will support you. So I determined to solve this problem, and then I started to look, okay, what we do to solve this problem. So I remember one day, me, my small sister, we are eating the oranges and banana, and then like after eating, there's a peels we are seeing, and we thought, okay, this orange inside, like containing so much water, this is not drying easily. If you look about outside, there is a peels, and why this is happening. So I thought, okay, maybe if we can use this kind of waste, there can be the solution, or maybe. But that though you don't know science or such kind of thing, like how to what is this thing. So I started to think, okay, maybe if we can use like this kind of bio waste, because like 100, 200, 300 million ton of the waste we are generating every year. And this waste, what we are doing, we are using for landfilling or burning, like only 30-40% recycling. And that's why the CO2 emission is happening and our climate change is happening. So I thought if I can recycle or maybe made something from this bio waste, solve this water problem, I think this can be like solving one problem to another problem with circular model and a sustainable approach. So then I started to look, okay, heat and trial. And that time, as I mentioned, I was in high school. So what I did in my village, there is a small carry, or like you can see small part, is like 10-meter area. So I put orange peel and see what happened. I put banana peel, what happened. Okay, then I find, oh, maybe orange looking good, but banana not. Then I mix, okay, orange peel, banana peel mix, what happened? Spinach leaves mixed with orange peel, what happened? Banana peel mix. So like thousands of combination, heat and trial. Okay, if I'm making like first I'm just putting the peel, then I'm putting the powder, then I realize, oh, why this is working. So I'm always asking like why. So this like take 3 year continue like heat and trial. And after 3 year I identify, okay, this is the solution which can maybe something. And once I prepare this solution, I started to look, oh, this is maybe absorbing the water. And I give this solution to my father. Can you check this? And he used in the wheat crop, like my first customer, or I can say my first like, oh, so he used before he doing like 6 irrigation, but once they use in 4 irrigation, he's able to grow the wheat. And then I see his happiness, and that's really like, oh, maybe something we develop who can solve the water problem. So I think this is journey like how convert prototype until that time.
I find it amazing that you started in high school. You did trial and error for 3 years, trying different mixes of fruit, of bio waste, and so on. And you managed to come up with something that really solved the problem. And I want to unpack one thing you said, which is that the current default method of helping soil to retain moisture is using petroleum based polymers, right? So you're putting things that, as you said, you wouldn't touch, you wouldn't eat into the soil to help absorb moisture. But your point was surely nature has every solution that we need. And so you thought, how do we take food waste, bio waste, and then use that to solve this problem? So you're solving two problems at once. You're reducing the food waste, and you're also making the life easier for farmers. You're improving crop yields and so on. And I think that's an incredibly magical and compelling solution. But once you had the prototype, how did you then take it to Okinawa, where you are now? How did that unfold?
Yeah, thank you. I think you catch nicely what my philosophy is like. Mother nature has solution for every problem, and this is our philosophy in every company, and that is our innovation. So I think once I developed this prototype, and then I started to look, okay, I want to, like in India, I think there is one university called IIT.
Hmm.
IIT is like very famous university. Like if you talk in Japan, is like Tokyo University or like very high rank. So I was little good in study. So everyone is hoping, oh, I will crack this exam and I will pass this university. So, but unfortunately, like yeah, there is so much hope. I try my best, but I fail to not crack this exam. Maybe first exam, but the second exam, even I like tried more. And I think the perspective set up around me was like, oh, only this is life. If you can go this university and if you can pass from this university, then you are becoming successful. Like those kind of mindset in India, having like not my father, but like surrounding people or like teachers and everyone, because they set up this is like, oh, success, line. If you go IIT, you are successful. If other so and once you hearing like every day this, oh, you are not able to crack, this disappointed me so much. Like I was, oh, I'm not good, or like this. So many thought start once people like surrounded you. But I realize I think IIT is not my purpose of the life. I thought back, my life purpose was to solve this problem, and it's just I solved for my father, and it's just for it's not ended because there is a million of the farmer maybe in the world facing the similar problem. So I should scale this solution to bring the every corner of the world where the farmer are facing this shortage. So I decided to take admission in the university, agriculture university, which is local university in our area, and I just went to there. And normally, I think if you go in university first year, it's like everyone want to do so many things, but I just went and I asked my identify my professor or someone. Oh, I have project. I want to do this, but like professor or like head of department, everyone is like, oh, in first year, no one do this kind of thing. People do PhD. You just came university, or you are asking to do project. I said, no, I want to do. Even I just came in university, but I want to do something like this kind of project. But if you know, like maybe it's very difficult. Like someone trust you to like whatever you are saying. You are just first year student, and you are saying, oh, I develop something this kind of thing. So I go in the professor room and like professor room and the professor every day I go like professor is so busy. So he see oh this boy always come and sitting outside waiting 2 hour, 3 hour. Then one day he realized okay let's ask him to invite and ask him what you want. And then I asked can you help me to validate scientifically because I have this prototype. I want to validate this technology to it's really like is innovation or just like something like so we have some data and the professor I think or SM Mathur sir so he was like really open to help me. So he said okay let me give you some field you can try like that way. So that gave me some motivation. I started to try and those kind of thing. Then I asked him, "Can you give because like how we scale?" So that time, I think before that I never heard what is the startup or what is the company. I don't know anything about what is the startup, what is the company. But once I just want to make success this project. So my professor suggests if you want to bring this, maybe there is like some session happen about entrepreneurship on those kind of thing. They said you can do your startup, so you can accelerate this kind of thing. And then I heard oh startup is such kind of thing. So I started and then I started to participate so many like pitch competition today we are doing or like you impact shift or those kind of so many competition. So I started to go those kind of competition and when I'm going the competition everyone is like rejected. So I apply application go pitching, no one like oh orange peel to the polymer we can make easily. It's not innovation or like so many because there are scientists so many high professor level in a jury and you are like first year student. So everyone is very difficult to believe and I don't have scientific data that time to prove what I'm saying. I just showing something only my father use my product only I'm saying. So people say oh this is just a story I am saying something. And so every university like they just reject. Like I remember like I participate more than 17 pitch competition and every competition we lost. Like no never get any award. But I learn one thing. Maybe I am missing something because when we doing the pitching I think you can understand. You have only 5 minutes, you have those kind of thing. How you express yourself in the within this 5 minutes, this is very important for you. So I realize I need because I am maybe good in the one thing, but I'm not good in the another thing, which is like presentation, making the presentation or what I want to say to share. So then I asked one of my friend, my co-founder. So he is my friend like Puran. So he is from same village, and he is working in another company that time. If you know Infosys, kind of like IT company or those kind of some. So he's working and he's like 5 year older than me. So I asked, can you help me to prepare the presentation? So he's working. He can help me sometime like just whenever he time the put the presentation and those kind of thing. And now I started to realize, okay, this is good, like how to show. I am giving idea, he is preparing the computer because I am not good in computer. I doesn't know to put anything, and I don't like to make presentation and everything, so I just assign. That thing is happen, and then I think I, because until that I become like first year is pass, I came in university second year. So that thing is going, I like it's not so much, but just we are doing something. And in the second year, I now the problem with us is like, okay, I need some more people who can support me at least to like in the team, because we having the other people Puran, he is like not a full time because he's working in another company. So I identify, so I'm going in the like one pitch competition. So this is interesting, like how I identify my another team member. So I'm going in the, if you know, like from Udaipur to Jaipur there is a train. The train is go, and there is one person come and he said, okay, I can keep for you seat because it's so struggling everyone, like crowded. And then this one person said, oh, I you can come and sit in my place. And then I started to talk, oh, I'm doing like something and I'm going for pitch this competition. Then this person said, oh, I am from also your junior, like at that time I came second year, he's a first year, and he was become more interested. His name is Ankit Jain. And then I realized, oh, this person giving me seat, so and it's supporting, so let's hire like join in the team. So that's like I met with my third co-founder, which is Ankit. And then like I build like Sashi and a 4 5 people team, which having like different. So that thing is happening, and then I think the very interesting part start from here, because until that I'm the second year, and once we part and then we won like kind of Okinawa governor kind of people. So in India we having chief minister. So in this pitch competition, our chief minister came and see watch over. Oh, you are really doing something good to solve the desert problem, because Rajasthan is the desert area, and here you can see. And once this chief minister commented and see, then I think this become news. Oh, this student are developed something unique which can support desert area. Then in university and everyone, oh, something happening in our product or like those kind of thing. So this PR media like accelerate little bit about, okay, like we are doing. So after that some people started to support and like more, once people know, okay, now you can get. So we received the first order that time from after like some people see in the media, but now I'm in the second year, and very difficult, like 9 to 5 you need to go university, you need to do all these things. Then because I cannot take so much money from my father, or like he can give, but as I know, for this kind of like research required a lot of money. And if I need to travel every day like from one place, it's I don't have any grant or any funding until now. So I go for tuition, like I teach student for tuition, so I can get some money. So from 9 to 5 university, 5 to 7 I go tuition teach student, and 7 to 9 I go for raw material collection. Like we take the one bike, go every juice shape, orange peel, banana peel, collect, bring. And then because I'm living in the one rented house, only one room we have, so his rooftop, I put all the raw material and the dry there. So and my bathroom, because I need to hide from my owner. Oh, I'm bringing like that much of waste material in his, because it's rented house. So I just put I use my friend bathroom and I put all this raw material in the bathroom, and like I set up small laboratory in my room where I can process and make the raw material, and I like this kind of thing we are doing. And when that time I does not have like labor to pay the labor or those kind of, so I asked just my university friend, okay, if you come help me to segregate, we will do chai party or like those kind of. So my friend come and then we like enjoy this kind of thing. So that was the routine, and then we developed like, okay, first 100 kilogram of product with this. So I understand, I think many type in a startup, if you know, people complain, oh, they does not have resources and they want to put everything first and then want to do. But I think as a startup we need to think like how we can utilize local resources or lower to lower resources. That is the key of entrepreneur, I think, and that's we learn from this journey. So I think, yeah, then I incorporate like we receive first order, and after this first order I realized now we need to register. So in October 2018 I registered my company in India, and then we receive like so many award like the IIT which I mentioned I cannot pass, but every IIT we won the first prize. Every each and every IIT I present this idea and we won the first prize. And 2019 I got award from President of India for Best Innovation Award. They invite me to stay 3 days in the President's house. So that was like during the college time. It's good. So that thing is happening. So that is journey like until India. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. I can just imagine you going to university 9 to 5, tutoring 5 to 7 p.m., and then collecting orange peel 7 to 9, and then setting up a mini lab in your room. This is such a cool story, and it's amazing that you can keep going. You mentioned that in the beginning, every pitch competition you would get rejected, you wouldn't win, but you just kept going, kept going, kept going, and I just find that incredibly inspiring. And I'd love to ask. I know I want to move on a bit with the conversation, but I have to ask here: how did you keep going when you got rejected so many times?
I think the motivation come from always when you're looking for something big, or like when you're looking something for not for personal. Like if I'm looking for my personal or like small kind of vision, maybe I will dismotivated very soon. But I'm not thinking for myself. I'm thinking like, oh, there is a huge pain is ongoing in the world because I can relate with my father pain. So I need to do anything, whatever. It's like it's not to like win the competition because it's much more bigger than winning the competition to bring real happiness or real impact in the farmer's life. And as I mentioned, I love nature and meditation. So I think those things always give me calm down to think focus is like result is just like learning, because every failure I'm taking as a one learning. If I some suggestion is coming, not taking as a negative but as taking, or maybe if I have scientific data I can beat more better pitch if I can utilize 3 minutes to pitch, or if I have customers, all this was taking as a feedback. And I think, yeah, if you enjoying the journey, that keep you motivated, and that is I believe nature is supported me during that time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Narayan. That's a crazy story. I love hearing all these startup stories because every one of them is so unique and different in its own way. So I want to now sort of dive into your project and your impact. So for a non-technical guy like me, I was wondering if you could kind of, explain in very like simple terms so that our audience can understand. What is your product and how does it create impact in very simple terms?
Yeah. So our product is like help farmer to save 40% of the water, so they can grow their crop even in the desert area when the very water scarcity condition. And not only the water, I think they can save 20% of the fertilizer. So ultimately I think our product is helping the farmer who want to grow their crop in the water shortage area or with less water with less fertilizer. So that is the our innovation, and as we are the company who's making this product from the bio waste, So impact side, I think not only we are saving the water, but we recycling the bio-waste, so we are reducing the CO2 emission. So for every 1 kilogram, if we making this product, we recycling 10 kilogram of the bio-waste. Means we are 8.9 kilogram CO2 emission we are reducing with every kilogram of the production of our product. And as of now, like we already impacted more than 30,000 farmer, and so that means we producing and impacting more in water as well as fertilizer as well as bio waste. So that is the huge impact as environment, farmer and farmer life side.
Understood, understood. Very cool. So earlier you just sort of mentioned some of the challenges or multiple challenges that you faced, but I kind of also wanted to ask, like, what has been your highlight in this whole journey? Like, was there a moment where for you, you were like, wow, like I'm so glad that I kept on going on despite the multiple challenges that you faced? Could you share like a specific story?
Yeah, I think so. Let's me share like the journey, because until that was I was like in university. So it's kind of like going forward and those kind of thing. So in 2019, uh, I started to. We are looking like, okay, if this we need to bring this technology to the like larger level, or like for example global level, how we can bring. So in for Japan, we have very respect, because we heard lot of technologies coming from Japan having great credibility in India. Every person respect a lot about Japanese technology. So from childhood, I heard, okay, if I have chance to go Japan, maybe I can validate this technology from Japan, India Japan combination, this credibility can we can easily enter in the global market, or we can huge create impact. So that is like the thing. So then I started to look and we apply. Okay, in the Google we identify Okinawa. Before that I not know about Okinawa. I only know Japan, but in Google we identify, oh, there is Okinawa, and then I apply and in Okinawa that's like running this program, and every year like they select. At that time maybe they have 6 month process. Out of 400 startup, they select only two startup. So we are the first company from India who selected in this, and another from Russia. So they invited for us for 1 year. Now, in front of me, the biggest challenge is like if I need to join this program, because I am still in the university, like third year, my degree is not completed. So the huge challenge for me is to I need to drop out my degree, or I need to drop the Japan. So it's like very difficult kind of situation, because you having like every friend, this is like university life is for like key part for every person, because you're having so many friends, enjoy life, everything. And then another part is like once I drop, I don't know I can complete or not my degree, because this is a startup. It can be risk, success, no success. I dare not think any this kind of thing. And the uni, because if I does not have university, it's very difficult to get the job. It's very difficult to get maybe money, anything. So huge life can be impact. So that was like the challenge, and that time like so many people suggested, I think first complete the degree, like if you don't take this much of big risk to go Japan, or like those kind of thing. But I think that was my decision, like okay, I think degree is not important if there is no real impact you can make. Degree is important when you can make real impact with the degree. So I decide if I go Japan and if I can make really bring this technology what I want, maybe I cannot learn from the 2 year from university what I can learn from the actual ground or actual uh, research what I can do in the Japan. So I made my decision and I just came to the Japan. Now I think for me, coming like as a university, I not thought any like what going to happen in Japan, because once I came, I don't know proper English. The first thing, I don't know Japanese, and the biggest hurdle for me is like I cannot eat any non-vegetarian thing, like no meat, no beef, no fish, no egg. So coming into the Japan, I think, and I don't know how to make the food also because I having four sister, so they never allow me to cook. So, and I never thought those kind of situation will be happen. And once I came here, and then there is no food. So I 1 month I just survived by eating banana and milk and some fruit, and then I started to learn from YouTube how to make the food, and then my another Puran who is working, I said, okay, now you can leave your company and come with me Japan. So he came to Japan, and then we started like this 1 year. So that part is ongoing, and like how we I came here. I think this is the so I am coming like the biggest hurdle which we started to face because once this time is past 1 year, and if you remember, like 2019, we came here, June 2019 in Okinawa, and June 2020, your 1 year program is finished. After this, again, you have two paths to choose because no investor, because if you want to register your company in the Japan, you need 5 million yen as a foreigner. And also, or the second option, you can marry with Japanese girl, so you don't need money. But this is like not feasible for us because my parents will decide and those kind of thing. So this is the hurdle, and the things is came like Corona that time. Is everything is came, and now the situation become okay. Everything is opposite. Like you does not have investor, you does not have here money, and I realize if after 1 year if I'm going back, and that time like many pressure is come even from my co-founder, okay, let's go back to India, stop everything, because I know, but I need to retain my team co-founder because they they are getting salary from before they working in the company, but when they come with me as a until 1 year they getting salary, but after that I cannot pay them salary because I does not have money or those kind of, so how retain. And then started to pressure is came from everywhere, like some deal is coming in front of you, okay, you can give 50% of your company share, and we can, and then like many people who is, because you are in a very negative position because you does not have sales, you does not have investor, you does not have corona situation, so people can just take money and like those kind of thing you can do. But I think this was like very because people just coming off give 50% or like just, so I thought if we give them, maybe they are very big company, maybe they cannot bring the value what we want to deliver in the farmer's life because they can just want to make the money, the real value we cannot do. So that kind I just like said no, and I think that was a very tough challenge, like how you can take survive in this kind of situation where everything is negative, you corona, climate, you cannot go in the field because it's agriculture product, you need to go in the field. So that means you does not have the sales, then you does not have investor, you are foreigner, so you need to, if you need to stay here you need a 5 million, but as I'm coming from agriculture background, I cannot take that much of money from India to here, it's impossible. So that was like the different challenge, but again I think I believe like if you have right hope you can easily identify the god or maybe nature will support. And I surprise, I think that is I want to mention about Japanese people, or like, so there is one lady uh, whose name is Ayasan. She know only 2 month me, 2 or 3 month. She is doing a startup. She give me 4 million money borrow without any interest because I she know my condition. I can go easily like bankrupt or because I does not have money and I can go easily India, and because my condition maybe I cannot pay back. And she is also,
Wow.
she is a startup. She just raised fund. She is a startup, but she supported me because she want to see the impact what we are creating in the for farmer, and that gave me like, okay, it's not I am doing something for, I think, nature, or like God want I become medium and bring this technology to the farmer. So those the key point I realize, and I take loan from her and continue survive those kind of thing. And that thing pass, and then maybe, yeah, some people join and we receive the seed round like MTG venture from after 1 year, but that is like very tough time to survive. And yeah, it's like how you keep stay. I think this is what I learned from that side. Yeah.
Wow. Just for international listeners, 4 million yen is roughly 30,000 US dollars. So you took a no interest loan from Ayasan, which helped you to bridge that gap and survive, which is amazing. But I just wanted to provide the US dollar number just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's such a crazy story, Narayan. And it's really heartwarming to hear that, um, the people in Japan really sort of stepped up, especially this one lady, in supporting your vision, and the the impact that you wanted to make. I think that it really comes. I think it really you probably did a amazing job of really sharing, kind of like how you saw UI Polymer being able to make an impact on this world, which really kind of convinced her and moved her to be a part of this. So I think it really kind of comes back to you. But as we kind of start to come to a close, I want to get into insights and reflections. So I'm sure that there are many learnings that you've been able to sort of take away from this incredible journey of yours. But if you could maybe highlight just one learning that you want to just highlight and share with fellow entrepreneurs or social entrepreneurs or people who are just getting started, what would that one key learning be?
Yeah. So I think I give like one thing as a human or as a people. I think we have a lot of potential because if we know ourselves who we are, I think that's is very important. Who we are, knowing yourself, it's very important. That give you like you not need motivation from outside. I think you need the motivation need to come from your side. And many time I think people think so much about the result, what will be happen. I think for entrepreneur, take first step. The taking first step is very important because if you taking the first step and taking the risk, either you will fail. I don't think there is a fail or success. You will learn something new. So take the first step with like after you are analyze and everything, then the journey will be move forward in again. So for example, I give always like in the winter time is like so much kind of like samui. But if you once take 1 cup of water and put in your head, this first cup is very difficult to put in head because it's samui. So you don't want to put the cold water to your head. But once you put the first cold water, then you can for fast. You can easily put like hole and you can take bath. So I think that is the like kind of like simple. You take first step, move. There's many step can happen. So that is I think, yeah.
I love that. That's yeah, that's a good reason to take cold showers as well, right? It helps you to get used to doing hard things and getting used to the discomfort as well. But Narayan, I'd love to ask you. I know you mentioned that you're now impacting some 30,000 farmers. And from what I understand, your product, EF Polymer, EF, by the way, stands for eco-friendly, if I'm not mistaken. So your product, EF Polymer, has gone to so many different parts of the world and helping so many different farmers affected by water scarcity. Can you tell us how you scaled from your product? Just briefly, I'm really curious to know. How did you scale to so many countries?
Yeah, so I think we having like now focus in India, Japan, US and France and the Thailand. So in India, we having like more focus B2B as well as a B2C. So we having our own team and we are utilizing the existing channels where we can contribute. But in Japan and other countries, so if you look, Japan having like so many companies who having the presence in the other side. So we are collaborating B2B especially, who is really matched with our vision like sustainability side. So we collaborate with them and through their channel we are planning to scale. So for example, in US we are collaborating with some company. Also in the EU, like we are collaborating with some Japanese company or local companies through their distributor network. We are bringing this technology to the area. So
Wow.
yeah, I think this is good connection being in Japan. So you have like we are utilizing this connection so we can easily enter in another markets.
I see. And how many people are on your team now, Narayan?
So we're having like 20 people in Japan, 60 people in India, one in France, three in US. So yeah, this is like currently.
Well, that's a rapid pace of scale, and that all started from you at high school doing these trial and errors with orange peel waste and banana peel, and now you're in very different markets across the world helping farmers with this affordable and eco-friendly solution. It's quite remarkable. And looking ahead, I'd love to hear what's next on the horizon for you and EF Polymer. I've heard that you're also branching out to different kinds of products, but I'd love to hear what's next for you.
Yeah, so as EF Polymer, our vision is like to bring the sustainable solution who can solve the real problem and create the real impact in the society. So for that, I think as we focusing currently to solve this water problem. So like for example, today 2025 we are reaching 20,000 farmer or 30,000 farmer. In upcoming next 5 year, our aim to reach at least minimum to minimum side 5 million farmer. So we can bring those impact to those life. So I think that is the one key. And the another thing is like because this technology is not only agriculture side but as a non-agriculture side, how we can contribute to the society. So, for example, this polymer you can use in the sanitary pad, diaper, ice pack, cosmetic, where you're currently using so much chemicals, which is not good for our environment, microplastic. So, we want to partner with the good companies who having this sustainable approach. So, we can go with them and utilize this solution.
That's really, really cool to hear. And for those who are interested in following your journey, where can they find you? Where's the best place to find out more about EF Polymer?
Yeah, so I think we're having EF Polymer website and also LinkedIn page for me, also in Instagram. I think they just type EF Polymer, they can find so many page about us and they can directly connect it with our team or me. So yeah.
Amazing. And we've discussed a lot of different things today, Narayan, but what's the most important thing we haven't discussed today?
Uh, I think the most important thing which we not discuss is like what to not do in the entrepreneur journey.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's good. Can you share maybe one or two points of what not to do?
Yeah, so I think when we start the entrepreneur journey, we always, I think, start to, how do I say, it's like you always want to like divert very easily from your vision or maybe once you get like money or those kind of thing, maybe the value will be always aside from the basis what you bring here. So for example, if I say my value bring me here today, this because we want to contribute to the farmer. Once we become the success path, I think many entrepreneurs switch the short path, which can give more fast revenue or more fast numbers. Maybe the path, and this is like kind of like a startup journey. You need very speed up, and you need to compromise with your values. But that will be give us maybe can give fast growth, but in the future because You start with your base value. So I think never compromise with your value when you're growing, because if you compromising with your values, maybe you can be success but you cannot be happy. That I think, yeah.
Oh, that's very powerful. Never stray from values because you might be successful, but you won't be happy.
Yes.
That's very true. I resonate with that. And maybe just one last point from you, Narayan. What else not to do as an entrepreneur? Just briefly.
Oh, I think, yeah, I think once we start, like we start to work, maybe be child, because we become too much mature once we start. So I think don't forget your childishness, enjoy the journey. Like, yeah, it's not tech, because I want to like always say, be
I love
child.
that.
Yeah, be child. Like, don't kill your child being professional or being like, so always enjoy with your team or like those things is very necessary. Not to be professional or not to show, "Oh, I'm very mature, so or I am CEO, I cannot." I think that kind of things not come in the entrepreneur's life.
Brilliant. So don't lose your inner child. Don't take yourself too seriously, even
Yeah.
though you're doing very serious and very, very impactful things. Brilliant. Well, I think we've had a really insightful conversation, and a few things that have stuck with me are, I think, three things. One is perseverance. You, despite getting rejected so many times at the beginning, you kept going, kept going, kept going. And now we have EF Polymer around the world helping farmers and helping improve lives. Secondly, when I asked you what kept you going, you said that it was a higher purpose. It's not about winning the competition or getting accepted at the pitch prize or whatever it is. It's a higher purpose, helping your father, helping millions of farmers. So I think having that higher purpose is a really powerful way to keep going in times of difficulty. And thirdly is I love your resourcefulness. You mentioned, you were at university during the day, you'd teach in the evening and then you'd cycle around picking up orange peels and different bio waste. I think you're an incredibly good example of being resourceful as an entrepreneur, because as you say, you can't always have loads of funding and make everything happen. You have to really hustle and make things happen with very little. So those are some key points that I think stuck with me from the conversation, as well as your love for fun. Don't take it too seriously. Keep your inner child alive too. Yoshi, how was the conversation for you?
Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you again, Narayan, for this amazing talk. I yeah, it's I don't have too much to add to that, but I guess I could really emphasize with your story too, especially the part where you shared about how you thought that getting into the right university was the end of all of it, but then you sort of reframed it, and then you sort of realized that just you not being able to get into your dream school wasn't the end of your journey, right? It was just one stage in your life, and you kind of used it as a sort of launch pad for you to do much bigger and greater things. And kind of, yeah, looking back in my journey, I think that I also felt very similarly back then when I wasn't able to get into the right school. And so it was very encouraging to see how you've been able to build a company where it is today. And yeah, thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I think that's really giving me opportunity. I'm really happy so we can talk, and I think this is journey where all good mind people or like similar vision people connect together, and at the end I think we all want bring happiness to society or anywhere. So together let's create impact.
That's a fantastic wrap up. Thanks so much, everyone. So to our listeners, we'll hopefully catch you at the next episode. And remember, let's keep brewing change one cup of coffee at a time. Thanks so much, everyone, and see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.